Peace. I am Gydanz Vibez, and we are on the artist journey.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in. You are watching The Artist Journey. And today we have the pleasure of speaking with Gydanz Vibez. And yeah, so I want to compliment your outfit because your outfit is dope.
Thank
I
you.
love, from
Thank
head
you.
to toe, you look awesome.
And created the design on the hat.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So it says
Wow.
vibes on this side with flowers and all the things creative, right? And then it has my version of the Eye of Horror, right? And then it has the Adinkra symbol of energy.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so that's cool. And then I drew on the back of. Did you see the back of the vest?
No, but I mean, you can show us like.
Can you see me standing up? If I stand up, or do I just take it off?
You could probably let's see. Oh, that's nice.
With the boombox on the back.
That's nice. Yeah, I
So,
like that.
Thank you.
And
Oh,
you
just put
featured
it together. Put it together.
something light.
it's just I just put this on. I just put this on.
All right. So we like to. So every episode we usually drink tea, but Gydanz is a coffee drinker. So we
At this
drink.
moment.
Yeah, at this moment. So, but I do want to start off with the message from the yogi tea because I like the spontaneity. How do you say that word? Spontaneity of that word. Yeah, of opening up the tea and just like seeing the message because it relates to people.
Okay, so it's a message on the inside of the tea.
Yes.
Okay, and I just
On the tea. Yeah, just open it. Yeah, it's on the tag.
Okay. Gotta get the open box experience. It's on the tag. Okay, so it says, trust is the question, love is the solution.
I like that. I like that.
Trust is the question. What do you think that means?
I don't know.
Trust is the question, love is the solution.
That's interesting. You could take that in many different ways.
Yeah.
Because why
Trust
is trust the question?
Right. And love is the solution. I mean, you should be of love. But if you're trusting the process of your own intentional journey, then everything that you come into will be a reflection of you. So it depends on you.
Yeah, it depends on you.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It depends. Everything depends on you as an individual, especially as an artist.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Taking hiatuses out here. Hiatus.
So tell us about you. So where did you grow up? Where are you from?
I grew up in Gastonia, North Carolina. I was there. I've been there. Okay, so before 6, I would stay with my grandma, Gastonia, North Carolina. And then after that, I moved with my mom here. She stayed here in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of back and forth, but born in Gastonia, North Carolina, and raised in both here and North Carolina. So
that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And were you always a part of the arts? Was that something you picked up later, or was that something introduced to you when you were younger?
I think it's something I naturally took to. Like, I used to draw comic book characters from my my older cousins' comic book, just naturally doing stuff like that. Or when I came out here when I was 7, when people was ticking, it was tick, 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 tick. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
It was that, and that drew me, and I was like, oh, I want to learn that. And so, I started out with wave. Everybody starts out different and how they pick up on different dances. But I think I was just geared more towards how they move their body to the beat and how they were able to bring a vibe to an environment that, if somebody walk in here right now with a boombox and they bump and you like, it just immediately changed the vibe that you were in.
Yeah.
And so that's what I enjoyed, even with comedy. I think comedy is second to that because you get to make people laugh. You know what I mean? Who probably had a messed up day, a fucked up day.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So dancing does that naturally. Like if you probably seen me a few times just up dancing, and nobody be dancing. And when I start dancing, people start dancing. You know what I'm saying? So it's um attractive. You know what I'm saying? It's reflective because
when you know what you're doing, it's attractive.
Exactly. Come on, I want you to get up and do what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, and it feels good too. So, how long have you been dancing? Is this something you just been doing your whole life?
Since I was 7.
Since you were 7,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And that around the same time you've been doing comedy too. You picked up comedy around that.
Yeah, I think I gear more towards comedic movies than anything. It's like top 2 is like comedy and action, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then anything else, I don't even know what the third would be. Maybe suspense. I don't know. But comedy and action always been toe to toe with me. But yeah, comedy, and especially when you understand it. Now, back in the day type comedy, you probably didn't even understand it till you got older. You know what I mean? Depending on what you were allowed to see when you were a child. Because you said you was 90s baby.
Yeah.
I'm an 80s baby. So we had a lot of things. Stuff was still censored when you was coming about.
Yeah.
So we still had censored stuff, you know. So that's when things were censored. I think that tapped on people's creativity more because they couldn't say certain things.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It made you work harder, or not even work harder, but be more creative.
Right.
And you know, we didn't have the help of like AI and all that other stuff.
Right.
We had that. Okay.
Right.
We had to think.
Your
we had
own
to
mental
be out
faculties.
here. Right. We just had to experience life to really get these jokes. Like even joning back in the day when people used to joan on each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a part of. I see it as a part of life, but you know, nowadays people may see it as bullying, but it still was a different level of joning. Because joning wasn't necessarily like, if we join each other right now, we might be friends by the end of the day or tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? These kids now, they join each other. They might, something might happen. You know what I mean? Because it's a little bit too sensitive.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
It was a time. So I'm glad I came up in a time where you have to have that tough skin in order to even be a comedian or even go to a comedy show. You have to have tough skin. You cannot be sensitive. You cannot be if you go to a comedy show, do not be. You cannot go in there being sensitive, bro. Do you understand? Yeah. Like, cause think about the old comedians. Think about Eddie Murphy, what he was talking about. Thinking about Chris when he was in that red outfit. Okay, they talk what they wanted to talk. Bernie Mac. Okay, period. Everybody know Bernie Mac talks his good game, but they can talk about whatever, and you cannot go to a comedy show and be sensitive. Yeah, you just cannot, and then don't sit up front. Back in the day, don't sit up in front. I don't know what they do now, but don't sit up front back in the day. Yeah. Martin Lawrence, that whole Def Comedy Jam, you know, he brought a lot of people on, and just how they had the connection with the DJ and things like that. So that's why you remember I used to have that boombox, because I was my own personal DJ. Yeah. But I'm trying to get me another one.
You should definitely do that. I broke mine. Aw. How'd you break it?
Traveling.
Dang.
Being nomadic.
Did it drop? Or no, you said.
I mean, it probably suffered some drops. You know, a few times, and then one drop was the last time.
So, as a dancer, a comedian, you obviously you're a performer too. So you connect with people on stage all the time. So, what's your favorite thing that you like about performing? Like, what's your favorite part of it, that whole experience of just
vibing with people?
Yeah,
the vibe with people. Like it's a almost like out of body experience when you're able to vibe and move a group of people. You know what I'm saying? And people are laughing, or people just up dancing, or people are enjoying watching you dance. Either way, people are enjoying the vibe that you presented. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? You're confident in your vibe that much that you are able to touch other people to enjoy it with you, and however they enjoy it with you, whether they're dancing or whatever. So I like the vibe of the people.
Yeah, the connection and the vibe. Yeah.
Right.
That's a beautiful thing. So Do you feel that dance and comedy helped shape who you are as a person? Like, do you think it helped shape you as Gydanz?
Um, I think recognizing my gifts and um using the full power of them, as far as like allowing it to actually make me actually try to monetize or put myself out there, my ideas, or how I feel the music and how I grow. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been on stage in maybe 2 months, maybe, I think. No, that could be a lot. Maybe a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, I take my little hiatuses, and I'm now, even now, I'm realizing the purpose of writing jokes down,
Mm-hmm.
because I would just go up there and just do,
I
and
didn't
and
know
that
that.
with that, and that's a gift of talent as well. But the growth of that is
Mm-hmm.
writing it down, because now you can break it up into pieces, and however you want to,
Right.
and place it how you want to. Now I'm understanding it, because I used to be like, why they keep repeating these jokes, yo?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it
Yeah.
was like, why they keep saying the same thing? Because life happens. Why we talking about what happened
Yeah.
the same time? But I get it. But I'm also understanding, practicing the character that you want to be presented as, that you're presenting in this realm. You have to practice that person. So that's me practicing that person.
I like that, practicing that person. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's powerful too, because you create the person you want to be, not the other way around. Not others
No,
creating or telling
right.
you who you are. You tell them who you are,
Right.
and you show
Right.
up as that. And performing and being on stage is great practice to that.
Yeah.
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 So
And
yeah.
you get to see your connections with people, and most of the time I just tell my story. I don't come and be like, guess what, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
I'm having a conversation with you. Like, I talk to the crowd like I'm talking to a friend. You know what I mean? Like, bro, guess what the fuck just happened last night?
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
'Cause I tell my stories in a very funny way.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's not necessarily like well, I do use life as jokes, because I just be like, let me write this down, because I'm gonna make a joke of it. But you have to be like that. It's
Yeah.
it's like being, when you're in it, but then being able to step out of it and be like, I'm gonna write about that. That's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you gather your inspirations from your life experiences.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so who's ever in my life?
Yeah. Yes. So what do you have to say? Because you were saying, you just said, oh, I took a hiatus. I haven't been on stage for like 2 months. Oh, maybe it was a month. But
Mhm.
some people have never been on stage, and like a month is probably not that long ago for some people. But for as someone who's always putting themselves out there, a month ago is a long time ago.
It is.
It feels, you feel it.
Yeah, because you get an itch. It's just like
Yeah.
It's like, man, I need to get on stage. Like,
Yeah, right. Yeah. So we experience the same thing too. Like, even 2 weeks can feel like a lot. So, but I say that to say, what do you say to people who are afraid to just put themselves out there, like for the first time, but they have great things to say, they're talented, they're creative, but they're afraid to just do it. So like, do you have any advice for people like that?
I would say just start. There has to be a start, whether your start is some type of blooper video, but not even that. Not even that. You have to be the first person to approve of what you're doing.
Mm.
You have to be your first person to approve of what you're doing. So if you have to record yourself 20 million times until you feel like it's funny to you, if you can make your own fucking self laugh, or give yourself chills or whatever, that's it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I do.
Then that's it.
I do.
Because if you are feeding yourself that energy, that means when you say it like that, the way you did it, you can feed everybody else that same energy.
Yep.
You have to feel it first. You have to be the first.
Yep.
So whenever you're ready to be the first, then do that. Because if you keep asking people before you settle with what you already think of yourself, before you go asking people what you think, because if you not settled in and 10 toes down, they can knock you off. They be like, oh. You get what I'm saying? You're not rooted into your own thought of yourself and how you take it and decide to build, but not take away from what you've already put into it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's about that. Just, are you ready? Like, are you ready to give yourself a shot with yourself? You got to start there first. You can't be asking people just yet if you're unsure. You can ask advice, but not things that you're going to take to heart and it's going to have you swaying. So you got to be 10 toes down and do it for you.
Yep. Thank you for that. That's really good advice.
Thank you.
So, I know you said you haven't been on stage, but my next question to you is, do you have any projects or collaborations that you're doing or thinking of doing?
I have. I'm glad. So another reason I came to this, right, is because I've been in my mind. You know how you get in your mind, you're like, I'm going to do this, but it's like only stays in your mind because you're like, well, how do I do this? Because I'm like, I want to do a podcast, and I've been thinking about like Podbean or whatever, and I'm still going to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, well, in order for me to know how to like do a podcast, let me go on a podcast. You get what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
I have to go on a podcast so I can see how a podcast is, a version of it. You know, people have their different versions of it, but that's how I believe that's how life should be. That's how life is. Like, if you're trying to do something, then you go seek little tips and tricks or information that you may not know. You'd be like, oh, this is how they do it. So
yeah, we live in the age of information, so it's really not hard to come across. So what do you have to say to people who may feel what do you have to say to people who may feel like they don't have I don't know, I'm not sure if you experience this, but like more so like writer's block, or may have feeling like they can't express themselves. Like, do you have a way of feeding your inner artist, your inner creator? Like, so how do you do that?
Motivational speeches. You have to fill your cup up. You know, even a therapist has a therapist who has a therapist, and so on and so forth. Right? So you have to figure out what that is, what that thing is that's going to fill your cup for you, not no outside person. Or if that is for you, if the outside person is the one that's like, that can push you forward and be like, babe, you got this, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah, having a partner.
Having a partner,
yeah,
right.
Yeah. Someone else said, I think, a poet said this.
I felt like he was going to say poet.
Yeah. I know. I'm always around poets too, but he was saying if it's not in you, it needs to be beside you. And I was like, that's powerful, you know, because that kind of correlates to what you're saying too. Yeah. Like, you know, you need to have that, you need to have a community, or you know, yourself is uplifting yourself. So, well, thank you so much for joining us today. I have one more question for you. So what are you most proud of this? Like, what are you the most proud of?
That I am giving myself a chance to take advantage of opportunities that I didn't allow myself to do before, because I was always in a relationship, or I'm always moving around, or I got to get this job, not this got to be paid, and blah, 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 blah. And I never figured me out. I made a joke and I said, I never mastered stability, but that's a real thing. I never did. I never mastered being stable.
Wow.
I was always like, I've been in different amazing realities. You know, I've been in a helicopter. I've been going to the beach. When I said I want to go to the beaches. But when you understand that a lot of things that you speak have been wasted, you have done nothing with them. And then when you get more intentional with it, it's like, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. When so many of my friends is like, you really should dance, bro. Like, you really need to dance, bro. Like, you really need to dance, bro.
Yeah.
When you hear it so many times, it's the universe telling you your path. You have to be aware of how the universe speaks to you. Comedy. I'm a funny person naturally. People, you should be a comedian. You should be a comedian. But I always knew I was going to try it out anyway. But the fact that it came so naturally, it's like, okay. Because I'm understanding what growing is. And that's why I say I write it down now so I can build on top of that and break it in how I want to.
That's smart.
Yep. So, and what they say, things become tangible when you can see it. So if you write it down, that's your tangibility. And I'm it's like I'm understanding all this now. I'm like,
I'm glad you're understanding it.
so
though.
it's dope.
Yeah.
So you have to start somewhere at some point, sometime. So that would be my advice.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and I'm proud of that for you as well, because that's great. So yeah, so I hope you who are watching or listening, I hope that you took something from this interview. Gydanz Vibez. If you want to check her out, she's around here in Georgia, North Georgia.
Y'all
region,
follow the
Atlanta.
page. Gydanz Vibez.
Yes, Gydanz Vibez. Yes. So yeah, we're gonna link all that connected to.
Got you.
Yes. So but yeah, have a good rest of your day, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.